You want to make sure you get every little thing right. You don't want to say something that's not right.
Uh-huh.
And so, you know, it's very hard. People don't realize how hard it is once the Lord, you know, putting stuff into words, putting stuff into writing. But there's things that He's shown me, and, you know, I was surprised I was even able to put this much in writing. If He allows me to, I will. You know, there are many elect here today. Many.
Right.
At least 144,000.
At least. Yeah. I know you're one of them. I mean.
And so these elect are roaming the earth, and the problem is they don't know who they are.
Right.
They don't know who you are. I mean, that's why I keep telling people, ask the Lord if you're one of the elect and who you are.
Yeah, you know, that's what I've been doing, actually. I've been, you know, He hasn't revealed anything to me yet, but
you have to say,
I keep on asking, I keep bugging Him about that.
Yeah, you got to bug Him. You got to bug them. You know, because I use this parent theology because most of us are parents. And you know your kids always want everything they see.
Right.
And they see something on TV or they hear something that sounds good or they see something somebody else has and they start bugging you for it. And then they forget about it. And you know as a parent that when your kid does want something, they just keep bugging you over and over and over and over for it. And finally you give it to them. You know. and that's how the Lord is. You know, that's how He is. We keep bugging Him.
Right.
You keep bugging Him. It's not going to be an issue if I don't have enough money. It costs too much. He's just going to give it to you.
Right.
You know, our parents, we have limitations. You know, our kids can keep dreaming all they want for some of the stuff they bug us for. But you know when they really want something and when something's just a fad, something's just going to pass. And so that's what He wants, is persistence.
I read your overview. You suggested to read your overview of your life from your first book. I read on the Internet. And that part where you said that, you know, like your parents are the ones who got you into, of course, into the Lord at first, and then on your own you got into prophecy at an early age. And I think you mentioned in there that it's the parents that, you know, that you go by the example of, and I'm sure they took a part leading to where you are today, right? And
oh yeah,
the Lord, I mean,
they listen to my show. My family loves the show. My family?
Do they listen all the time, or?
Oh yeah, they listen every week. They listen to the show.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know, my mom was the one that was instrumental in getting me the love I had for prophecy. Right. We just used to love talking prophecy, and even when I was 8 and 9 years old, if I was, you know, I had to sit in church, I had to sit in a big church at that age. If they weren't talking about prophecy, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I remember that part, yeah.
You know, I just didn't care about anything they had to say if it wasn't talking about prophecy.
It just wasn't interesting at all unless it was prophecy, huh?
Yeah, and I had to go back as an adult and go back and get into other things besides, and learn that there's a whole other aspects to the Bible other than just prophecy.
Yeah, and I still think you should do an autobiography, but...
An autobiography?
Yeah, really.
I wouldn't have enough to say. It would be 10 pages, maybe.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm sure, you know, I know you did like a brief overview, but I'm sure, like, you know, like I said, it'd make a great read, and you know, the real details of what you went through growing up till now, to where you got to now. I think a lot of people would love to, you know, really learn the details of it.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll put something together for the Internet, you know. I know who is Sherry Schreiner, because I have several of those. Who is Sherry Schreiner and all, you know, many autobiographies or whatever. And I know people want a lot more. And you can read the introduction that Joe's talking about, folks. You can go to iUniverse.com.
Yeah.
And look for my book, Bible Codes Revealed, The Coming UFO Invasion by Sherry Schreiner, and they will allow you to read the first 15 pages for free, and that's the introduction I wrote, where I just kind of introduce who I am. And the rest of the book is basically, it's articles on my website, so you can go to my website and read them. But if you want to read the introduction, you'd have to go to iUniverse.com to read that.
Yeah, and I read that yesterday. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
It got me glued to the pages just like your new article has, and like I said, you know, just keep them coming. They're, you know, as you keep writing them, they're getting more interesting as you reveal more truth to us. And Lord knows I've been asking Him for the truth every day, and He's been revealing it, you know, to me through you. I know that's where your job is mostly. Yeah,
well, you know what? He's putting a lot of the pieces of the puzzle together.
Right.
And it seems like as we get closer to crunch time, people are starting to realize there's more to things than they thought. Knowledge has been hidden. That there's something more to them than they thought there was. I mean, you know,
Right.
you have no idea who, you know, if I know when the Lord leads people directly to me, it's for a good reason.
That's how I feel.
Because I went from, I left soul winning a long time ago, and like the last year or two have basically just been working with His remnant to wake them up.
Right.
It's been my job to lead them back to Him, pull them out of the church errors, the systems, and lead them back to Him, because the elect are here on earth, and they're sleeping. They don't know who they are. They're drowning in errors. They're not doing His will because they don't know who they are, that they're born for the earth in the last, you know, to be here in the last days.
Right.
And it's people like you that He's led to me, you know, that are part of this elect.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I've been thinking that. I was thinking that last night, as a matter of fact, and you know, I thank Him every day or every night when I pray before I go to bed. I thank Him that He led me to you, because before I found out about you, there was a lot of things, a lot of answers that I was seeking, you know, that I wasn't getting answers to. All these questions I had, but once I started reading your articles, it opened up a whole new world for me, and now now everything starts to make sense now, because before it didn't.
Yeah, and all the pieces start falling into the puzzle.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's what He showed me years ago, that it was all just a big puzzle, and people had pieces. And every religion and every denomination has a truth to it, and then they have the lies to it.
Right.
And nobody had all the truth. And to this day, nobody does. Nobody has all the truth. And so that's why we have to keep searching Him. And the only way you're ever going to stop is if you stop, you know, you're just going to grow stale and stagnant, is if you stop seeking Him for the truth. You have to keep, it's a daily process, and bugging Him. Teach Him the truth.
I found that out, yeah. It's something you can't give up on. You got, like you said, you got to be persistent.
Oh, yeah, you got to be persistent. You know, people say, well, you're not supposed to say, what is that, repertory prayers every day. Well, I don't even know what the word is. Can't even think of it.
Oh, yeah, vain repetition.
Repetition, yeah, that's the word. And it's not. I say it in different ways.
Oh, do you? So you make it different each time, huh?
Yeah, the same thing. He knows. He knows.
Yeah, like you say, He knows before you even ask Him.
Yeah, and I'm still beyond formality with the Most High. I mean, He knows I reverence and I love and respect it, but we have our playtime. You have to.
Yeah.
You know, I have to lay down, I can have to laid back relationship with Him, and He knows when I'm kidding. and you know, I was teasing Him the other day about something, and I said, you know, I'm just kidding, and he just goes, I know, child.
Oh, really?
Well, you know, it's just so funny how he says it, I know, child.
It sounds just like a parent, huh?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And
cool.
You know, you try to get people to get back that love for Him that they had when they first got saved, and get into there and build a relationship with Him.
Right.
That's out of the bounds of what denominations teach you that you can have.
Right.
They don't teach you how, you know, they teach formality, they teach tradition. And He wants you to let your hair down and just be yourself with Him. And so many people can't do that.
Right, I was in those deceptions, you know, before I found out about, you know, who God really is and what's really going on, and I was like, I used to just follow along without even questioning, you know, the doctrines and...
Yeah, I did that for 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally, it dawns on you, you're in a box, get out of the box.
And I feel like, you know, it's a whole new world now for me. It's different now. I look at things differently.
It's freedom.
Yeah.
It's freedom. Yeah, that's what true freedom in the Lord is.
Yeah, I agree, totally.
It's just being in Him without restraints and traditions of man. And letting Him teach you. Yeah, that is what true freedom is, yeah. But so we have to go. I have to end this first hour.
Oh, you have to, okay.
I have to end the first hour, but we'll be back the second hour if you want to give me a call again.
Oh, no problem.
All right.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Folks, I'm going to wrap up the first hour. We're going to be back in 5 minutes, so hang tight.